We're going to review a couple of things in Internet Explorer, which is what we're looking at now. Right now we are on the Google homepage, and say that I would like to go to CNN.com. So I want to go to a web page by actually entering that address in. The first thing I'm going to do is go up here to the address bar and click in it. If I click once, you notice that it automatically highlights the entire address. If you were to double click or just click inside of it somewhere, you'll notice your cursor is flashing somewhere in there. So I want to go to CNN.com. So what I'm going to do is just basically I'm going to click right in front of the G of Google, and I'm going to hit the delete button on my keyboard until everything disappears. And then I'm going to type in CNN.com. To actually go to the site, I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard, and you'll notice it loading. One thing I'd like to show you here is the stop button. You notice that when I clicked this red X, the page stopped loading. It interrupted the page from loading. So you see a couple of blank spots here down through the advertisements and such. That's what happens when you actually click that red X to stop the page from loading or to interrupt it from loading. If we wanted to actually let it load all the way, maybe we're on a page that's changing frequently, the button right next to it with the double green arrows is the refresh button. That will actually update the page with the most current version. So if I click that once, you'll see that it's going to come back and it's going to reload that page. And this time I'll actually let it finish loading. Okay, perhaps next you'd like to actually set CNN as your home page. To do that, you are going to click on the home page icon arrow here. Make sure that you click on the little drop down arrow, and you'll see that you can add or change home page. Then it asks you, would you like to use the following, the website that you're on, and if you go ahead and click use this web page as your only home page, then click yes. That will change CNN to your web page. So the next thing that we might want to do is go to a favorite of ours, a website that we've saved in our favorites list. In order to access the favorite list, you go to the star here in the upper left corner and click on it, and that's going to give you a view of your favorites. Then simply you can just click on one of them. And that'll take you to one of your favorites. Now if we wanted to test that our home worked, we can come back up and actually click on the house this time, and that should take us right back to CNN, which it does. Perhaps we want to go back to the site that we were just on though, the one from our bookmark site. The easy way to go back is this back arrow that's right in the top left corner. If you click that once, it will take you back to the site that you were on previously. If we wanted to go to a website, perhaps, let's see, maybe we like the look of these Bad Dog plates. So in order to go to this, you notice that when I mouse over it, my cursor turns into a finger. That means that this is a link. So I can click on this by just clicking once, and I've clicked a link to go to another page. Now, maybe I want to bookmark this page. In order to do that, I can click on the star that has the little plus symbol and add to favorites. If I click add to favorites, it's going to ask me where I want to create it. Do I just want to create it in my list of favorites, or maybe do I want to put it in a folder? So maybe I want to put this in my shopping folder. So if I just click that drop down, it's going to give me a list of my folders, and then I can select the appropriate one. Then all I do is click add. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to look at the history of where you've been on the internet using this browser. And in order to get to that, you're going to click on the favorite center, that same star in the upper left corner. And now we want to click on the history button, which is 3 over from the favorites. You'll notice that you have a bunch of folders here. You know, today, Tuesday, Monday, last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And you can double click on one of these to display, actually single click on it, and it will display a list of the sites that you've been to. If you wanted to go to one of those, you could actually just click on that website, and it will give you a list of the actual pages you went to. So we'll go ahead and just click one of those so you can see, and it will load the page for you. Perhaps I wanted to print this page. There's a way to do that easily. If you just want one copy, you can simply hit the print icon here that's under the search box. That will print one. However, if you need to print multiple copies, you need to click on the drop down that's beside the printer icon and click print. This will bring up your printer settings, where you can change the number of copies to be whatever you might like it to be, and then hit print. The last thing that we're going to go over is how to change your default search engine. This box up here in the upper right hand corner, if you click in here and you type something, history of the United States, for example, and click enter, it's going to do a search using whichever default search engine you have assigned. If you want to change that, if you come over to the little arrow that's beside the magnifying glass and change search defaults, normally you'll have a list of those in here. If you wanted to click one of them and click set default and then click OK, that will actually change your default. If you need more providers, say you're looking for Yahoo or Bing, you would just click on that find more providers. It would take you to a site where you could pick it, and then you could just make sure that you picked the one that you want as default, set as default, and OK.